Good evening, listeners. It's me, your host, RamblingRamm. I'm here with some more stories to scare, shock, and horrify you. Or possibly, just possibly, let you know what's really out there in the dark. Enjoy, listeners. Detective Introduction by Exoghost. Hello there, good people of Reddit. I was a detective to a police department that I won't mention, and also will not mention my true name. If there are any questions, call me Detective. I was always fascinated with the unknown and the horrific stories. As a kid, I would binge Friday the 13th and A Nightmare on Elm Street. I always used to hunt for ghosts and demons, and broke into a few haunted houses as well. Eventually, I joined the police force and was promoted to detective. I had my fair share of fucked up cases. Even worked to find a few serial killers. I retired early when an old friend of mine suggested I start looking into the unknown with him. For privacy's sake, we'll call him Ted. We'd just started on looking into the unknown, and I thought that posting on Reddit would be a good idea. The first post will come out soon. Detectives Log 1 by Exoghost. Since the introduction, me and Ted were looking for a few haunted houses. We asked around and came across 5 different houses. The first one was on the outskirts of the city, abandoned and rotting. The both of us stayed there for 2 days to see if we could catch anything. Unfortunately, nothing happened. We decided that nothing was going to happen, and we packed our things and left. After we left, someone called us, saying that the house we were at wasn't haunted, and it was just an urban legend. We were obviously pissed, not because we wasted 2 days on a fake haunted house, but because we didn't see anything. The second, third, and fourth were the same as the first house. Nothing on our cameras, nothing on the thermal scanners, nothing. Not even a sound. We should just stop. Ted felt like this wasn't worth it, but I convinced him to look at the last house. We drove there, set up our base camp, and started to look at our thermal cameras. At first it was silent. Eerily silent. Then a bump. Bro, what was that? A bump? Ted was excited, but I hushed him. Another bump echoed through the hallways of the rotting building. This kept up for a few minutes. Then it abruptly stopped. Then someone started humming. I felt my heart beat faster, and my adrenaline rushed through my body. That's a nursery rhyme. Ted started humming to it as well. Ring around the roses, pocket full of posies. We turned around and saw a little girl watching us. She was hiding behind a corner, walked to the middle of the hallway, then turned to mist and vanished. We were both excited and ran out of the house. This was a successful investigation. Our next log should be about cryptids, I think. Detective out. Detective's Log Number 2 by Exo Ghost. Cryptids. The very word fills me with a sense of discovery. Going into the wilderness to search for an unknown animal that might find one. This and other thoughts filled my brain as Ted and I drove to Dover, New Jersey. Sightings of a creature called the Dover Demon, sparked recently after its disappearance in the 1990s. Its body shape was similar to an alien. The Dover Demon roams the forest outside the town. However, the body image had changed since the last sightings. It looked more dog-like, with black eyes. Ted and I wondered if it was the same animal. Alright, welcome to Dover. We pulled into the town and began questioning the people of Dover. Everyone knew the story, but aren't convinced it's the same animal. The Dover Demon was more alien-like, but this creature is nowhere near what it looked like. As we kept interviewing residents, we knew that this was a whole new creature. Ted, this is something else. What do we know of the mystery creature? Ted held up a folder and pulled out notes. Well, the creature has grey skin, dog-like humanoid, black eyes, and claws. It's only been sighted once, and the witness has disappeared. I paced around the truck we drove here in, and wondered what happened to the guy. Well, let's look for the demon then. I grabbed flashlights and a few knives in case the creature was dangerous. We packed everything and walked into the forest. "10 p.m. No sighting of the Dover Demon. Ted and I had set up a camp not far outside Dover and started chatting about the Dover Demon and what it could really be. 12 a.m. Branches nearby had begun to crack. I looked into the forest and I heard a four-legged animal dash through the leaves away from camp. It could just be a dog, but we have our knives out just in case. 12:30 a.m. We were still on edge when we heard whispers. It was impossible to tell what it said, but creepy overall. Me and Ted decided to go into the forest to see if we could catch a glimpse of the creature. "1 a.m. We came across a body. The man had his chest ripped out, and the whispers grew closer. Ted threw up nearby, and I hadn't seen a scene this gruesome. Then, in the distance, I saw a grey-skinned animal. It was both human-like and dog-like, and I could see its black eyes. It darted away into the forest. We called the police and they said an animal, a bear most likely, killed him, but this was no animal attack. We left Dover not too long after. That night was too much, and I couldn't stay there another day. However, recently I started hearing the whispers again. I'm in New York right now. I don't know if this was an auditory hallucination or a prank by Ted. I'm too tired to deal with it right now. Detective out. The Ganzfeld Effect by Kevin Macleod. A small room, darkness, then I see red light, the sound of static, with a booming undercurrent. The static grows, louder, building towards some unreachable climax, higher, higher, enveloping my mind. Shivers down my spine. I want to stop, but I lie still. I wait. My sister Jan told me about the Ganzfeld effect when I was 17. She was a psych undergrad at UC Berkeley. Like usual, we were doing some mundane activity, in this case playing ping pong. And, like usual, she took it as an opportunity to ramble about her studies. You can hear things, see things, things that aren't there. All you need is your computer, some headphones, and a ping pong ball, she said. And free time, which I know you've got plenty of. It was true. Ever since the accident, I couldn't work, couldn't play sports, couldn't do much of anything. My right leg was mangled to the point where it hurt to walk. My left arm had severe nerve damage. I had a boring life, but the hope was that I'd just bide my time until I got healthier. I never did. Part of me thought I deserved it. The accident happened when I was training to get my driver's license. I didn't have much experience with driving at night. Naturally, my mum had volunteered to coach me from the passenger seat. She was caring and gentle and kind, and exactly the kind of person I felt comfortable around in this sort of situation. We were driving through the forest on a winding road, and I was getting used to the idea of tracking the beams of the headlights as the road curved back and forth. The cones of white light revealed little details of the forest beyond the road. A maze of trees, extending into the depths of nothingness. I don't really remember what caused it. I know the tires screeched as the car veered off the road. I know we tumbled end over end, a deafening crunch as the roof dented inward, and when I woke up, there was glass everywhere. As I pushed away from the airbag in my face, I could feel the grinding of glass shards between me and the seat, stabbing me. I reached to my face to discover blood dripping from my forehead. Then I looked to my right. The passenger seat was now empty. I panicked, falling out of the car, completely oblivious to my injuries. I stumbled to the front of the car, hyperventilating, my eyes following the path of the headlights, to see them shining upon. I passed out. The first time I tried the Ganzfeld effect, I didn't know what I was looking for. Sure, I was bored, but why satisfy my boredom with something that seemed designed to unsettle me? It was a strange obsession I only came to understand today. Anyway, it works like this. Sit in a comfortable chair in front of your computer. Wear headphones. Turn off the lights. Cut a ping pong ball in half. Tape each half over your eyes. Play the video. And wait. The idea behind the effect is that the human brain doesn't know how to handle extreme cases of sensory deprivation. The bright red light from the video blurred through the ping-pong ball. The droning static, penetrating your every thought. After a while, your brain will force you to hallucinate sounds and visuals in the room. As I sat down preparing to press play for the first time, my mind wandered to thoughts of what I might see or hear. I gravitated toward fear. Would I experience some cliché horror trope? Demonic whispers, evil clowns, bloodthirsty monsters. I was scared of spiders. Would spiders swarm in front of me, crawling across the red screen? Or worse, atop my eyes? After clicking play for that very first time, a few uneventful minutes went by. Then, something happened. I thought I saw the light in my room turn back on, then off, on, off. I leaped out of my chair, ripped the ping-pong ball lenses off my eyes, instinctively flailed my body toward the light switch, and crashed to the floor. As I caught my breath looking around the room, I realized the light in my room was now back on. Had I really turned the light on amongst my flailing panic? I didn't think I had actually reached the switch, but I must have. The car's headlights cast upon something red. As I reawoke outside the car, the red was all I could see. There was a ringing in my ears. I pulled my head back to find my mom. Somehow the crash had ejected her through the windshield. The red I saw was the fabric of her blouse, stained even redder by her blood. Her lifeless eyes were wide open, vacant, staring at me. Her body contorted from the crash, limbs wrapped around a tree trunk. I blamed myself for years. I was haunted. But shouldn't I be? I loved her so much, and she was the kindest soul I ever knew. And she was gone, and I was the driver. But it wasn't fair to live in guilt forever. It was an accident. I just tried my best to forget. I regretted trying the Ganzfeld effect that first time, but it wasn't long before I did it again, and again. Years went by, and life moved on without me. My friends grew up. My sister stopped visiting. My dad lost his job. But all that didn't matter, because I was stuck in my dark room, alone, desperate. The red light, the static. I heard empty voices speaking in tongues. I saw figures, barely more than shadows, silently walking through my room. I tested the limits of what I could handle. The red light starched my eyes, and the static bled my ears, and I was always left wanting more. I was searching for something I couldn't find, because I hadn't realized what I needed to see. But it's so obvious now. This time, I know what I need to see. Yes, I sit in a comfy chair at my computer. Yes, I wear headphones. Yes, I have the lights off with a ping pong ball cut in half over my eyes. And yes, the video plays. I lie still. I wait. Minutes pass. The static peppers my ears, but I've grown accustomed to it now. The red light glows, and it feels so familiar. Friendly even. Is that even possible? No. No. The thought concerns me, but then the red light is nothing but the red blouse she wears. I can feel her presence. It's not just my imagination. I know it's not. The red shifts position, stepping back. I see more than just the red in front of me. It's her, all of her. Her red blouse and her caring eyes, and her sad smile. She looks at me, holding her smile on me, waiting. I'm not sure what to say. I've wanted this moment for so long, and now that it's here, I'm too stunned to react. So I say nothing. I'm trembling. Finally, she acknowledges my silence, her smile slowly fading. She looks at me, and she cries, and she nods her head and says to me, "It was your fault." Well, listeners, I sincerely hope you enjoyed the tales that I've brought you this evening. It would be a great pleasure to me if you would like, comment, and subscribe, if you're not already a subscriber. And please wait for me to bring you more tales to alter your perception of how the world may really be. This is RamblingRamm, signing off. Good night, listeners, and sweet dreams.